Practice is like being in a greenhouse. A match is like being in a stormy ocean, with hurricanes. This applies to your practice rallies. Why can't you two sustain a rally? Alright, let's break down the forehand topspin loop. Flat hitting is inconsistent, so you must loop. First, you need to define your style of loop. The first style is the close to the table quick loop. This shot is low risk and consistent, but carries less threat. The second is the counter loop, using your opponent's power. It's more threatening than the close to table loop but requires precise timing. Your contact point must be perfect. If your opponent doesn't give you pace, you can't borrow their power and your rhythm will be off. Still, the threat is higher. The third style requires a strong foundation. It has a longer swing cycle. You have to wait for the ball and use a larger body rotation. This is the professional style loop, high threat, high demand. See which one fits your game. Looping requires friction, just flat hitting the ball isn't enough. At lower levels, opponents give you easy balls. Against advanced players, their shots are so powerful you'll struggle just to block them. So, at a certain level, your technique must be upgraded. You're at that upgrade stage now. Your close to the table counterdrive might be your strength. So let me choose for you. From watching you play, I see you rely on borrowing power, which is common for female players. So, the mid-distance loop isn't suitable for you. That mid-distance loop requires a massive foundation and is hard to integrate with your backhand. You simply won't have time to transition. Therefore, I suggest you choose the second option, the counter loop that uses the opponent's power. This style is suitable for two types of players. First, female players. Second, for amateur male players who don't generate massive power from their legs and core. I recommend the borrowing power loop because for amateurs, it's simpler and easier to learn. For this shot, your position should be within 1 meter of the table. Never exceed 1 meter, that's point 1. Point 2, your stroke mechanics should be compact. You should aim to hit the ball at the peak of its bounce, because if you just stand and wait for it, you'll easily get jammed. I have to use the incoming power from my opponent to generate quality on my own shot. The third key point, this doesn't require an exaggerated hip and waist rotation. You must keep your body compact and coiled. Right now, your biggest problem is looping from a seated posture. When you sit back, your arm can only generate upward force, not forward force. A topspin rally demands fast recovery and explosive power. Because your posture is too upright, your arm compensates by swinging upwards. Swinging upward against backspin can get the ball over, which is a plus. But against topspin, after your first loop, your opponent will attack your next shot because it lacks quality and speed. When your loop lacks quality, you lose confidence in it and revert to flat hitting, because a smash can win the point. But on a standard topspin ball like this, a quality loop can be an outright winner or set you up to win the point. You're missing that quality. That's why you still rely on flat hitting. First, you have to understand how to combine forces in a loop. What is combining forces in a topspin loop? The incoming ball is moving forward, so your power must also be directed forward, not upward. Therefore, your body, your arm, your entire posture should be driving forward into the ball. You must find the right point of contact to combine forces. The ball is coming from in front, so you meet it with forward force. Don't use full power yet. Just like I teach kids, keep your body compact and focus on a back-to-front motion. Don't swing too much upward, or you won't be able to recover for the next shot. Don't sit back. Hips up. Place your racket here and reach for the table. Yes, that's the feeling. Bend your knees. Your current posture is leaning back. When you sit, you lean back. Now, hold the racket and execute the loop. Good, that's the feeling. Use the ball's pace, driving from back to front. Excellent. Your body posture is much better. But what's missing? Your body and arm are out of sync. Your body does this, and your arm does this. they aren't working together. You need to feel the body leading the arm. If that's hard, try this. The feeling should be, hand in front of your body, then rotate. And extend forward. Some amateur players' left leg collapses like this. Once your legs collapse, your body structure weakens. You still need to lift your body from the ground up for a topspin loop, and this just makes you too slow. The center of gravity for a topspin rally is a level rotation, it doesn't require a big dip. Right now, you have too much vertical movement. This compromises your tempo, your overall recovery, and your arm speed. You'll lose control after 2 shots. So, you must keep your legs stable and engaged. Second, your body must lead your arm. Think of it this way, if my body isn't rotating, my arm doesn't move. When my body moves, my arm follows. This will help you find the feeling. Much better. Watch your rhythm, don't rush. Do you know why you get jammed? It's because you use 100% power on the first shot, and then you can't handle a high-quality, continuous rally. You're essentially ending the rally for yourself. Just now, you looped 1 ball and got jammed on the second. Your power must be consistent and controlled. Inability to control your power is a sign of a lower-level player. Anyone can hit hard, the skill lies in containing that power. So, to start, you should use 50% power. Rally consistently at 50%, then inject 1 powerful shot, and recover. You must practice this way. Don't go all out from the start, or you'll lose control. Someone practicing an incorrect shot 100,000 times will still be better than you practicing a correct shot 10,000 times. Repetition builds feel. You need to learn to hold the ball. The feeling of looping should always be about engaging the ball on the rubber. First, ensure consistency, then gradually add quality. Amateur players often don't trust their technique in matches. You might read a sidespin topspin but hesitate to attack, or read a side backspin and still doubt yourself. You don't trust your stroke. You must build that fundamental confidence first, so you can trust yourself to execute the shot under pressure. Otherwise, you'll just take a wild swing, hoping it goes in, with no plan for the next ball. There's no continuity. So, when learning the topspin loop, the first priority is to maintain your technique. Find your rhythm and positioning first. Building on that foundation, gradually add quality to 1 shot, then to 2 consecutive shots. In a match, you'll naturally be more tense, so your shots will have more power. But your error rate will also increase because tension causes your technique to break down. You must build this foundation in practice. When we were young, our coach made us loop 100 balls in a row, just to keep the ball on the table. This develops ball feel, a sense of rhythm and positioning, and trust in your own ability. If you don't trust yourself, how can you play? Telling yourself, I can do it, is useless if you haven't put in the practice. You'll just make 10 errors right away. Second point, power direction. Does the topspin loop have a lot of brushing action? For a topspin loop, you can use a little bit of finger and wrist action if the situation allows. But on a fast ball, there's no time, you just lock the wrist and drive with the forearm. How much power do you feel you're using? About 50% just now. Now, try one at 80% power, right from the first ball. How did that feel? Smoother? More control and confidence in the shot? Better consistency? Power should be increased progressively. You should master the 50% loop first. I'm only having you try 80% now to feel the difference. Stabilize your 50% shot, then gradually add quality. Practicing to hit 1-shot winners is useless. Because your training partner is standing still, the situation is completely different from a real match. Practice is like being in a greenhouse. A match is like being in a stormy ocean, with hurricanes. This applies to your practice rallies. Why can't you two sustain a rally? Because your partner's block isn't stable. If you start by smashing the ball, how can anyone rally with you? Even if they manage to block it back, you won't be ready for the next shot. Looping is a trainable skill. Once your topspin loop is solid, looping backspin is just a matter of lowering your center of gravity. You should practice like this: I use 50% power, and you focus on giving me a stable block. See, your block is a problem. First issue, why are you brushing up on the block? That adds spin and makes the return awkward for your partner. Don't brush up. Press forward through the ball, like a rebound board. Second, you have to find the contact point. Find the point, don't take a backswing. When the ball comes to you, your hand must be soft. What does soft feel like? Right now, your block is rigid. You should be absorbing the ball, catching it. No matter how hard they hit, you need to absorb the pace. Even in a fast rally, I can absorb the power. So you must absorb the energy when the ball arrives. You're not pushing it back. Absorb the pace. Yes, good. Absorb it. Perfect. Don't go upwards. Keep the motion compact. No backswing on the block. That's it. See? Now you can rally. Your block is stable. Why does no one want to practice with you? There's always a reason. If the ball you send back is comfortable to play, people will want to rally. At your current stage, where everyone's loop is still developing, the goal should be stabilizing the technique, not seeing who can hit harder. So, when you're blocking, first make it comfortable for your partner. Then you can teach your like-minded friends to practice the same way. Practice this forehand loop for 15 to 20 minutes every day. After a month, your foundation will be solid, and your consistency will naturally improve. Like I told you before, just playing matches doesn't improve your game. You only improve when you play matches with a specific problem-solving goal.